Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the December 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Virgo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to make sure you're getting a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, Virgo, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the month of December. Column number 3, we're going to take a look at money. We're going to do a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you, Virgo. But let's go ahead and go back to this first column, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the summary card of core. This is interesting. You look at the heart, it's very bright, it's very vibrant here. This is about doing things that feel good to you, about feeding the soul, feeding the heart. This is interesting, and I don't typically get this message, but I feel like this is kind of a heartache. This is the opposite, I think, of the feeling we typically like to have. The nice thing is Virgo, this is the last few weeks or month, and it's what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So if that's the case, if this is heart hurting, it should be coming to an end. But let's see what cards we have here. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so this is seeming to come through as heart hurting. Let's unpack this a little bit here, though. The first card that we have is the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, having too many burdens. If you look at this person, they're carrying all of these wands, and they're like hunched over into the wands crying. It's overwhelming. It's tired. It's kind of like stress to the max. I feel like there's a lot going on. You've had a lot. I just like see everything kind of swirling, Virgo. So much happening. There's kind of like a sense of overwhelmed, that stress, that burden, that exhaustion coming through. If this hasn't eased up though yet for you, do know that it's going to. Again, this is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So if you haven't felt relief to that yet, you're going to soon. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is an interesting card. It's a very gossipy card. It's a curious card. It's people trying to seek truth. It can be you finding truth as well. And I do think that you're finding something out this month. And I think it is something, again, that's going to kind of hurt the heart. It's hurting the core here. The next card we have is the 7 of Swords. This is a card of theft, betrayal, dishonesty. And I think that's what you're finding out. You're finding out that there was theft, that there was betrayal, that there was dishonesty, and that's causing the hurt. And then on top of that, again, it's just been a busy last few weeks. You have so much going on. Let's clarify this and see what other messages I can give you here. The first card that we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. The Ace of Cups is typically new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. But what this is really coming through to me as, Virgo, is like things kept popping up and you're like, okay, I got this. I can take this. I can do one more thing. And it's like the list has gotten so long. There's so many wands that we're carrying. But again, with this card, I just keep seeing new things pop up, new things pop up, new things pop up. Again, though, this is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So hopefully that should ease up for you. There, of course, could be a new relationship, baby, marriage, proposal. But again, I feel like that's kind of more so the chaos and all that's happening. The next card that we have is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very free-spirited, very creative. I don't particularly love the nature of this because I feel like the truth was well hidden. The person was very creative and tried to mask it or disguise it, or there was a lot of like excuses or cover-up going on there. At the bottom we have the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is a card of family or friends. I do likely think that this was like an issue with a family or a friend. Potentially you could get reunited with somebody too that's caused this issue. But at some point you're gonna like feel like you're across the finish line. You see the finish line on this card. It's gonna be like celebration worthy. You're gonna be glad it happened. Be glad that it's through. I know that seems like kind of a weird message, but there's like a sigh of relief that's coming at the end of this here. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our next column now, which is what's coming for December. We have the summary card of rediscovery. This is an interesting one because oftentimes this is something that's happened to us in life before. Sometimes it was something traumatic or hurtful, but it's made us a lot smarter. And it's like, because this situation happened, you have this kind of knowledge, you know how to navigate. This can also be rediscovering a friendship or rediscovering a passion or a hobby. But again, it's the past coming back to us in some shape going into December. So let's see what messages lie here in this next column. The first card that we have is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is an interesting card. It's one I like. When you read the technical meanings of the Eight of Cups, it's withdrawal, it's retreat, it's abandon, it's move on. But there's really like so much more positivity to it than any of those explanations. I like to say that this is like the grass is greener on the other side. This is a card of advancement. We are moving forward, no doubt, but it's like moving forward to something better. It's not just withdrawing and turning back and going the other way, if that makes sense. If you look at this card, the Eight of Cups are stacked really nicely. They look good, they're pretty, but yet the person in the background is off to pursue something better. So again, this is going from something good to something even better. So it's not withdrawing in the sense, again, that we're just pulling back and giving up, but it's, okay, we're done here, let's move on to something new and better. The next card that we have is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is very patient. It could have taken you some time to get to the point where we are going to decide to move forward. This can also be a card of new job, raise, or money news. There could be some money movement coming for you in the month of December as well. And then at the bottom here, we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is going to tie really nicely into that rediscovery card. It's very nostalgic. It's a card of reflection. It's a card of looking back to a more innocent time. And it is a card of reunion. So again, there's something past that's coming up this month in December. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you saw that card. It just did a whole flip and everything for you. The first clarifier that we have is the Ten of Cups. For those of you that have watched my readings before, you know, Virgo, that the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. I love everything about it. We have a nice full rainbow at the top, happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, the water's running, there's a house. I feel like I keep saying this, but the grass is greener on the other side. Look at that nice green grass in that card. This is the card of everything wonderful. It's family, contentment, total love, and support. You are 1000% moving on to something better. So really nice energy, really nice vibe here. Like to see it. And of course, I always like to see the Ten of Cups, my favorite card. The next card that we have is the King of Wands. Not to mention it like did a little flip coming out there for you, Virgo. But our next card is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is very bold, very powerful, very charming. I think that's somebody who could be moving into a leadership role. That could be where this money is coming from. Some of this patience, though, too, is like you're building up courage, and that sounds weird. I don't know exactly what that means. Hopefully that will apply and make sense for some of you, Virgo, but it's like you're building up, you're like waiting, or you're being patient because you're kind of building up the bravery, building up the courage to go after whatever this new thing is here. But generally speaking, this looks good. This is a bold move, but it's a power move. It's a money move. I like whatever's happening here. At the bottom here, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of trusting your intuition. With the High Priestess, you genuinely just know. So don't question your ability to just know this month. With this reunion or this past event that's coming up or this reflection, you know because you've been there and you've done it. So don't question yourself. That's my message there. Okay, let's move on to our next column, which is anything related to money. I did buy this wonderful new money deck, and it's kind of like money practices or money advice. So to kick off the money column, your card says, chasing a dollar amount is pointless because numbers are infinite. You attract more success by setting a goal that can be obtained and will energetically nourish you. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, really whatever you associate with money, Virgo. The first card that we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, obstacles, challenges. I like to explain this though as small bumps in the road, because if you take a close look at this card, they're fighting with wands, they're not fighting with swords. So something is coming up, there's some sort of hiccup, but it's not major, it's not derailing. There's just something that pops up this month. The next card that we have is the Queen of Swords. I feel like I have not seen the Queen of Swords at all this month. It's like I haven't seen this card before. I have, but it's just not much this month. With the Queen of Swords, it's very self-sufficient. It's very honest. Honesty is going to be key as we navigate through this conflict or whatever this thing is that's popping up. And at some point you kind of might need to do for you. You might need to defend yourself. You might need to defend your work. You might need to speak up and make sure you're being heard, that your voice is being heard. But communication is coming through here. And again, it's that you doing for you energy. The next card, or I guess the last card in this column here, Virgo, is the Wheel of Fortune. Similar to the Ten of Cups, it's one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. This is a card of good luck, good fortune, and it's turning point. So love that good fortune in the money column, of course, but also turning point. So I think we can get away from whatever this conflict is. In general, you're just kind of due for a shift of energy, career and financially. So I like to see that we're sitting there with that. Let's go ahead and clarify here. Our Ace of Wands is first up. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. This is new project, new inspiration, new urge to create. I feel like there could be a conflict of ideas here. Again, that would be why it'd be so important to step up and really make sure your voice is heard there, Virgo. Make sure you have input on this new idea, this new project, this new undertaking. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords has a lot of different meanings, but this is also like a chatter card. This is a talking card, a gossiping card. And I don't like the word gossiping, but again, this is like a communication card. So again, really make sure that you speak up and you're heard. Don't let like the opportunity pass and then you be like, well, I thought that and didn't say it. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. So voice your opinion here going into this month. And at the bottom here, we have the Ten of Wands. This is a card of stress, exhaustion, having too many burdens, way too much going on. Like to see that it's paired with the Wheel of Fortune, though, because again, we're at the turning point. And this is what we get to move away from. We get to move away from the stress, the exhaustion, too many burdens, not being heard, conflict. In general, good turning point here for you, it seems like, Virgo. Now moving on to our next column, similar to the money column, I did get this new deck of love cards. So let me drop you a quick love message. It says, manifesting miracles. Your dream is to soon become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Virgo. Let's see what we have. The first card that we have is the Justice card. The Justice card is one of those cards that will always be favorable for you. This is cause and effect. It's win-win solutions. I like this. It's like, because you did this, you get this. It's like reaping the rewards of your hard work. If you're putting effort into a relationship, you're going to be repaid with that effort. This is also a really good card for contractual, legal things of the court, all indicators of favorable outcome for you. Not sure how that fits into love. Maybe you're trying to adopt a child. Maybe you're trying to finalize a divorce. Any of those kind of contractual matters of the court, legal matters. The Justice is a great favorable end outcome to you. But again, I feel like this is just the effort you're putting in and now you're reaping the benefits of it. The next card we have is the Ten of Cups. We talked about the Ten of Cups earlier. You know, my favorite card. But on here we have a happy couple and kids playing. And so again, if you want a happy relationship, this is a great indicator. If you're hoping to grow your family, this is a great indicator. This is also like, again, true happiness and contentment, total love and support. So really wonderful love card. Then at the bottom here, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very lusty. I'm getting a unique message here. It's like, make sure you show your love in December. Like, sure, those around you know that you love them, your friends, your family, whoever you're in a relationship. But for whatever reason, this card is like telling me to tell you to show it. Show it more than you usually would, Virgo. Let's go ahead though and see what we're working with here. The first clarifier we have is the World card. The World card is the last card in the Major Arcana. It's completing a goal, completing a lesson. This makes sense because, again, something's wrapping up and coming to a close with the Justice card. Either you're reaping the benefits of your hard work, the court matter, legal matters coming to an end. It's like you get to close this chapter and move on to the next, and it's in a positive way. Again, it's that favorable outcome. It's the effort you put in is now being given back to you. At the bottom, or excuse me, not at the bottom here, our next clarifier is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is, interestingly, typically a money card. This is like new job, raise, promotion, some sort of money news. I will say when I see this in the love column, though, it's typically money around you. So this would be like your spouse or partner getting a new job. Perhaps you are going to move in together, so it's going from like one income to two incomes. But it's money surrounding you, adding to that wonderful happiness, contentment at the bottom. And then at the bottom here, we have the Sun card. In terms of good cards in the tarot deck, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. This is material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. Again, relationship looks really, really good this month for you. If you want a new relationship, if you're in an existing relationship, growing your family, you name it, we're happy, we're healthy, we're thriving. I like it. Okay, let's move on to our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Repetition. This is an interesting one. It's so funny because some of these cards are like, it's this or it's that, and they're always opposite. So this is a this or that card. Repetition, this is either saying you need to keep doing something to accomplish it, or this is saying you need to change it up. You're either this determined face pushing through repetition, or you're this face of like overwhelmed because you do the same thing every day, all day. Let's see which direction this is going to go, Virgo, with repetition. Do we need to change it up, or do we need to keep pushing forward? Repetition's going to be your friend, so keep chipping away at things. See, this person is quite literally chipping away at his pentacle here. First up, we have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. It's a card of hard work. It's a card, though, of your hard work paying off. So it's important to stay consistent and continue to push forward with the Eight of Pentacles. So continue that repetition, even though repetition can get a little mundane, get a little exhausting. But you're going to be reaping the benefits of this hard work. So whatever this is, continue to keep chipping away at it. For some reason, some of you could be feeling a little discouraged, depending on what this topic is or what this scenario is. We have the Strength card, which is a card of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, and courage. The lion on there being courage. So it's kind of like you need to keep your own head held high, find your own courage to keep chipping away, keep pushing forward. It's almost like if you stop, there will be a lack of self-love or a lack of self-respect. It's like you should be doing whatever this is for you. And that's why you can't give up on it. And at the bottom here, we have the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of giving or receiving help. I feel like for some of you, someone's going to come in and kind of help nudge you along a little bit, Virgo. I feel like you're getting that little extra oomph, that little extra push from somebody else this month to keep trekking forward on whatever this is you're working on. The first clarifier we have is the Chariot. The Chariot was once described to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change. And in this case, there's progress. You may not feel it, you may not see it, but again, all of that hard work is paying off. So keep pushing forward there. The next card that we have is the Judgment card. Similar to the Justice card we were just talking about, the Judgment card is one of those ones that are favorable for you. This is like, again, something you need to do for you. The Judgment card is a life's purpose card. Again, you can't give up on this because it's something for you that you need to get done. And then the Three of Swords is kind of like low feelings. And again, if you're feeling a little stuck, feeling a little off, there's somebody that's going to kind of come give you that nudge, Virgo. Okay, at this time we're going to take a look and ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 5 of clubs. This is number 33 card. That's going to be yes. Question number 2 is the 6 of clubs. This is number 43 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3, we have the Jack of clubs. This is number 45 card. That's going to be a yes. Yes, no, yes. All club cards there. We don't see that very often. Now moving on, we're going to take a look at a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of December. You have Rose Quartz, which is good for softness, love, gentle but firm. It's really good for self-love too. Rose Quartz is one of those ones you should always have around. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, healing is not an overnight process. It's a daily cleansing of pain, a daily healing of your life. Thank you so much, Virgo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Virgo, and I hope you have a wonderful December.